Christians and Jews can still say the Bible is inspired without being historically or scientifically inerrant. It is time to admit that some of the stories in Israel's foundational history are not actually historical. It is okay to concede that these stories were crafted in a pre-scientific period and were designed to offer ethical answers to questions of why, and not questions of how. Let me put it in another way. The flood story, as we know it, republished a mythological story that people at that time were familiar with and thought true. But the scribes substituted Jewish values and their tribal deity within these ancient stories. Here are some examples of how biblical values were inserted into the ancient legend. At a very basic level, Mesopotamian culture was a very pessimistic one. Their mythology teaches that humanity was created solely for the benefit of the gods, and humanity does all the hard work for them. Famine, sickness, and even global destruction were methods of population control brought about on the whim of these gods. The Atrahasis myth tells us, and the country became too wide, the people too numerous. The country was as noisy as a bellowing bull. The gods grew restless at their clamor. Enlil addressed the great gods. The noise of mankind has become too much for me. I am losing sleep over their racket. Cut off food supplies to the people. The Atrahasis myth begins by explaining how the lesser gods, tired of their labors on the canals and farms of Mesopotamia, and instigated a rebellion. So, Enlil, the god of the sky and earth, wanted to punish these gods, but Enki, the god of the waters, argued that a creature should be created to do the work instead. The womb goddess, Nintu, was appointed to create humankind by mixing clay with the blood of a junior god who was killed as a sacrifice. However, human overpopulation soon became a problem. Enlil sent various disasters to diminish humankind, but Enki persistently foiled his plans. Finally, Enlil determined to send a flood to kill all humans, and Enki warned the faithful Atrahasis of the plan. Atrahasis then built a boat and saved his family and animals. Enlil was furious at Enki for ruining his plan, but they agreed to devise a new way to control human population. Nintu arranged that 1 out of every 3 children born would die, and certain priestesses would be celibate. But going back before these devastating catastrophes, in the beginning for us humans, the Anunnaki also began a battle some would call an intelligent versus an enslaved humanity. This is because of the way we were designed. Genetic engineering. They added traits, and one of those added traits gave us the concepts of sin and women being inferior to men. It arose from Enlil's will to keep humanity underdeveloped, and it was the complete opposite of what Enki's and his sister wife had planned. They wanted to make us equal in intelligence with them. We're told that the first female contained more of their DNA than the first male. Enki saw women as the providers and gave them more intelligence. The sacred sexuality was taught to humans, but suppressed millennia later by the patriarchal concept of original sin. And in the story, an innocent Eve took the blame for being kicked out of the garden. So, for me at least, it's easy to understand that the God who created us was not the same God who expelled us. God and devil, good and evil, that kind of duality has never truly existed. It was always just enemy gods fighting and blaming humanity for their own competition for power. Thanks for watching this and all our videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. And until we meet again, stay curious, fellow travelers, and have a great day.